homework 1. Factorizing and solving equations. Question 1, multiply out 3x plus 2 and the other bracket for x minus 3. Whenever we have two brackets, we start distributing 3x with the 4x first and then with the negative 3. So when you multiply 3x times 4x, 3 times 4, 12, x times x squared, 3 times negative 3 is negative 9x, and then we work out the 2. So we have the 2 one time with the 4x and another time with the negative 3. 2 times 4x is 8x, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Now we need to combine the like terms, 9x and 8x. Negative 9 and 8 is negative 1x. So the question now is 12x squared minus x minus 6. Solving the equation 5x squared minus 31x plus 6. You can solve it with the calculator. A is 5, B is negative 31, and C is 6. Again, here we did the rule for this question, 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, A, B, and C. And I have, using the calculator, x1 and x2. I took the 2 beside the x, change the sign, instead of minus it became plus, and the same thing here, it's positive 3, it became minus 3. Very good. Difference between two squares, if you notice here, 4 is 2 times 2, t squared is t times t, and the main rule for difference between two squared is a squared minus b squared, which is a plus b times a minus b. This is the main rule. So the same thing here, I have two brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus, and here I have t, 2, 2. Very good. Factorize completely. I have 4 terms, so most probably I'm gonna need factorizing by grouping. The question says m squared minus 4a. Question again says m squared minus 4a plus 2 t squared minus 8. Very good. So if I want to regroup them, I can work this out. For example, these two together here and these two together here. So what is the common factor for the first two terms? I think there is, this is a t squared, this is a t squared. So what is common here in the first thing? The repeated letter is a, so you can open a bracket, and in the second part here the repeated thing is 2, or the common factor here is 2. Take out 2 as a common factor, and then you can divide by a, so it becomes t squared minus 4, and here divide by 2, the common factor 2, so it becomes t squared minus 4 again. If you notice now, the common factor is t squared minus 4, which can be taken as a common factor, t squared minus 4, and what you still have is a plus 2. And then t squared minus 4 can be factorized more, because I have t and t, and the 4 is 2 times 2. So actually you can factorize the first bracket into two brackets, difference between two squares, t plus 2, and t minus 2. And I also have the other bracket, which is the same bracket, which is a plus 2. And that's it. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. When you factorize this again, a is 2, b is 3, and c is negative 2. So when you factorize using the calculator, you're gonna have x1, which is 1 over 2, and he says x2 is negative 2. So you can write them in brackets like this: 2x minus 1, we said the 2 beside the x, minus 1, and the other side here I have x, instead of minus 2 we put plus 2. 6p squared plus 3pq minus 2p minus q. I think we're gonna need factorize by grouping, because we have 4 terms. How many terms do we have? 4 terms. So we're gonna need factorize by grouping. Like, very good. So this is a group and this is another group, or you can change the groups as you wish. Type, let's see if I worked with this group. Type here in the first 2 terms with a common factor in numbers 3 and 6. So the timetable 3. This is timetable 3 common factor. P squared and P, there is a P repeated. We take the one with the lowest power, so 3P is a common factor. Open a bracket. What do you still have? You can divide the first one by 3P and the second term also by 3P. So now 6 over 3 is 2. P squared over P is just a P. And then the 3 you're gonna cross out. P over P is cancelled. Here I have a plus Q. Why? Because the P is crossed with the other P. In the other bracket here, I have the negative as a common factor. If you notice, negative and negative. And then you can divide by -1, divide by -1. So what do you have? 2P plus Q. 2P plus Q. So if you notice, the repeated thing is 2P plus Q, 2P plus Q. Take care of this question, because whenever you have a negative bracket, this means that I have a hidden one here. So the 2P plus Q is the common bracket, and what you still have here is the 3P and the 1. So I still have here 3P, 3P, and -1. Very good. And that's it for grouping. Question 6, he says factorize 5x squared minus 5x. You can notice that there is a common factor, which is x, because this is the one that has the lowest power. So you can say that x is the common factor. Divide by x, divide by x. So it becomes x squared divided x, which is x, minus 5x over x, which is just 5, because the x is gonna cross out. Again here, factorize. A is 2, B is -11, C is 5. So whenever you want to factorize this out, you are gonna do it with the calculator. Mod 5, 3. So we're gonna have x1, which is 1 over 2, and x2 is gonna be equal to 5. You can do them in brackets, x, but there's a 2 beside it, -1, because we changed the sign of the numerator. And then here I have x, instead of +5 is gonna be -5. Very good. Simplify. This question is a little bit challenging, but let's try. So let's factorize each expression on its own. X squared minus 5x. What is common here? Very good. X is common. And then you divide by x, and we also divide here again by x. So it becomes, the x is a common factor, and inside here x power 2 divided x, which is just x, minus 5x over x. The x we're gonna cross out, we're gonna still have the x, the 5 left. Regarding the denominator, 2x squared minus 11x plus 5, we have just solved it, which is 2x minus 1 and x minus 5. 2x minus 1 and x minus 5. So if you notice, you're gonna cross out x minus 5 with x minus 5, and you're gonna still have x over 2x minus 1. Here he said, show your work to solve this equation. Again, 2x squared minus 3x. I need to get out first. He's asking you to solve. Solve means to find the value for x. 2x squared minus 3x, there is an x common factor. Open a bracket. What do you have inside here? I should divide by x, the first one, divide by x, the second one, and then 2x squared divided x. What happens? X squared divided x. This is the same like 2 times x over x. X squared is x times x. And then cross out x and x. So what do you still have? 2x. Minus 3x over x, cross out. So you have this, just the 3 equal to 0. This means that either x is equal to 0, the first one is equal to 0, or the second bracket is equal to 0, because both of them multiplied is equal to 0. So 2x minus 3 is 0. And then the minus 3 moves with the plus, so 2x equal 3, x equal 3 over 2. So I have two answers for x equals 0 or 3 over 2. X equals 0 or 3 over 2. Solve the equation 3x minus 4 equals 7. Imagine that you have 7 over 1 and you can just do it with cross multiplication. 1 times 3x minus 4 is equal to 7 times 2. So 3x minus 4 is equal to 7 times 2. So 7 times 2, 14, equal 3x minus 4. The negative 4 moves the other side with a plus, so 3x equal 14 plus 4, so 18. 3x equal 18, x equal 18 divided 3, which is 6. Very good. And now you can do these factorizing on your own and let me know if you need any help. And the other part also for factorizing, the same idea. This part is the same like we did in the first in this video. So starting from here, you can start working on your own. If you need any help, just let me know. Thank you so much.